I want to take the first minute or 5 minutes of this video, so if you want to skip over, but I think everything I say is actually pertinent to the story I'm writing. If you want to know when it first began, I can go back to the beginning. But we're going to start at the 5 minute mark. Just give me 5 minutes. Element scale. Number 33 on the element scale is AS. Element scale. I think they call it the periodic table. So number 33 is big A, small s. In the periodic table, okay, they use 52 letters in the base of the periodic table because they're using both consonants. How can I say it? Just give me a second. They're using both capital letters and small cap letters. So we have to understand that I've been using the 52 letter system, but should it be 52C, and should it be 52A for the caps and the small caps? Should it be 10 for the top? I don't know what it should be, but I can just go a straight 52. And if I went a straight 52, that means everything would be A through Z, and then we'd go like this: A through Z, A27, B28, C29. And what's ironic about that is that the piano is the same thing. Well, 52 keys on the piano, center C is number 24 from left to right. And what's ironic about center C number 24 is that when we go to the alphabet, the X is the 24th letter. So it seems to fit into that grindstone. And in the piano, we go 2 letters past center C. So we go on to the other side of the piano using the D25 and E26, which is normally the Y and Z letter, equaling to what is 51 Mars, replaced by D and E. And D and E, I like to refer to that as 7 and 8, which is the gateway. I like to look at D and E as 2 letters equaling to 54, the sun. 51 is for Mars, which is also 17. It's a Q gate. The numbers, the letters the numbers themselves, 25, 2 and 5 is 7, Y, and 2 and 6 is 8. It becomes 7 and 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. But the total of the numbers is actually 51 and 42. Let me see, do I get that right? Yes, and 42. Why it's 51 and 42 is because when you add 25 and 26 together, if you use a calculator, it equals to 51. But if you separate the numbers and go 2, 5, and then 2, 6, and underneath the 2 and 2 is 4, and underneath the 6 and 5 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2, so it becomes 4 and 2. Now the math with 4 and 2 is 4 times 2, 4 plus 2, equaling to 8 and 6. And that's where Jesus Christ, the separation of the 7th gate, comes in. And that's when we have to, you see, once you start talking here, that's where we get these cubes to come in. And then the house of Mecca, Nassau, Mecca, whatever you want to call it, right? But everything's rotating on this. 3, 1, 3. Everything's going around 1. It's 3, 1, 3. Another thing about 3 is that, look at this one side. I only have 1, 2, 3 sides left and back to the same side again. 3, 1, 3. Another thing about this cube, sitting this way, you see that? To get it to the other side is, see that, is 1 turn, 2 turns. But you're only allowed to turn it this way, this way, this way, or this way. The only way to get to the other side is 2 turns or 1 turn of 180. So how is that going to turn? I don't know, but 2 turns is 180. 1 turn is 90. 9I, 18R. They're both in the 99 house. They're both in the 9th house. The baby comes out, turns upside down. The head comes out first. The cat falls onto its feet when thrown into the air. These are just some of the basic terminologies. Another thing is it was told to me earlier on today that they work in 5D. Now, the thing about working in 5D, right? And I said, well, wow, 5D, the cat works in 9D because the 9 lives of the cat. Well, when the cat lives at 9D, the year of the dog and cat ratio to our life is actually 7. I know it's a little complicated. The other thing is that 9 and 180 degrees is 5, and then 9, right? And then 41, right? 41. I'm going to just do this again. 5 and 4, 9, 3 and 2, 5. And then what we do is 3 and 6, 9, 4 and 1, 5. That 1 and 4 and 2 and 3 actually fit together, holding the ends of the chalice. Remember in the Da Vinci Code, there was that piece that near, I don't know, an hour in, they said it was a chalice, and it seemed to have a point like a hexagon closing on each side, and I can design one of those to show you how it works. And then there was this long, and number 14 and number 23 are on each end of this fitting tube. And you can see this design when you go to the roulette table. You'll notice that 14 and 23 are both red. You'll notice to the right side and above is 16 and 19, and to the left side, okay, is 18 and 21. That in the center is 17 and 20. And you're just going to just duplicate that, right? You're going to go 16 and 19, 17 and 20, 18 and 21, and you're going to go 18 and 21, 17 and 20, and 16 and 19, and go all the way around. But at the point is going to be number 14 and 23. And it's the same thing. Number 14 or 41. Okay. And I'm just going to look where this other one is. I think it's here. This is where 32 or 23 comes in. And they both have to do with this. And the same thing, the plug-in also fits for this because the male and female organs, okay, are 5, 4, and 3, 6, right? 5, 4, and 3, 6, 99. Jupiter, 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 and Jupiter. And what's created from Jupiter is what Venus is. Jupiter's number 99. Venus is 81. The angels, I like to call them the 3-6 angel and the house of bait. What happens in the 3-6 angel, right, is the math-wise is, I'm going to do this too. The 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 is 18 and 9 equaling to 27. The word bet, the word ball. Okay, 18 and 9 is R and I. Starting, it's actually JR and I. It's actually what is JH, R and I. I'm not really sure which way to go, and I'm going to explain it to you. 8 and 1 is 9. The 10th letter, J, with the 8th letter, H. J and H come together to create R. Your connection to the replica world starts with the mirror right over here. The heaven comes inside of you with R, right, as the 18th letter, reverse the 9th letter, giving it your birth into the heavens, the one spirit or the one soul. When I'm looking at this number 36 here, I want to see something. Just give me a second. Let me see to punch this in. 36 is 96.8. And just 1 second. Okay, so now if you take a look at this, also to understand numbers, we have to work with our scaling. 2 point, well, I can't get it over here. 36 Fahrenheit is 2.2 Celsius, and 36 Celsius is going to be 96.8 Fahrenheit. I think that's our temperature, right? This is our rotation in the heavens. 4 times 2 is what creates 8. The French say 80. Okay, the French say 80. When they say 81, they do not use the sound of ET. ET is noted to be DNA. It's also number 20 plus 5. Okay, it's the setting for what is 5E, T20, or G7. So you can work it as 5T or 5-7 or GE or 5G, whichever way you want to use these numbers. And it all goes in with Venus, right? To understand that there is no ET in Venus. You're one spirit of the 8 heavens creation. Your Freemasonry, 33 Fahrenheit, 0.55 Celsius, 555. The entry point. 3 Celsius, 91.4. The spirit is 91. 13 pi 7 in the mirror world. It's a number 4. Base creation would be a 3. 18 Fahrenheit is 7.777. So whichever way you want to understand that 7 to the 7th gate of the 4 worlds. 18 Celsius, 64.8. This is the house of DC, the mirror and the mirror side. Israel and the operator come with this one. Another operator comes with this one into 32 Fahrenheit. Why I use these numbers is what happens at 32 Masonry or 33 Masonry. Everything is beginning to just slivering to melt, but it's still below 1. What is 5.5? What is 5.5? If I take away, I just want to just show you something about number 5, is 20% of 5 is either -1 or plus 1. Here's your 5, which actually angles out the 4, 5, and 6. And this is what we're teetering off of. And when we put that together, it looks like that. 3 different worlds, also to be noted as M13. The 13th letter is M. The total is 1,000, or 10, 10, 10, showing me 3 worlds, or 111. 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0. The center of 36 numbers, which equals to 666, is the total over here of 111. And then in order to do this, 1 through 15 is 120, 111, and 334. That when you add up 22 over to 36, right? That means 3 over to this should be equal to 334. So we're going to go 334 divided by 38. Is that the number? 22 and 36, 334. Should I do another 34 on there? No. What do I have to do on here? Plus 8, plus 7 is 29, minus 7. So on the 29th number. So you go 22 and 36, 23 and 35, 24 and 34, 25 and 33, 26 and 32, 27 and 31, 28 and 30. And we add these all up, it equals to 38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have to add 29 after. 7 by 38 plus 29 equals 295. So I made a mistake somewhere. So hold on a second. Let me see why I made that mistake. Why did I make that mistake? 38, 38, 38, 38. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. That looks pretty English to me. Happy Easter. So now we got bunny rabbits, and now we're going to talk about that a little bit. I want to see with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 210 plus 56. I'm just trying to see where my mistake is over here. When I add up, hold on a second. I know I shouldn't be doing this. 1 through 15, right, equals to 120. And then 16 through 21 equals to 111. That's 331. So where's my mistake? This is 331, 331, 332. Sorry, I need 335. This is, hold on a second. Wow, where am I? Yes, this is 331. It can't be changed. So let me do this again. 7 times 38 plus 29 equals 295. Where am I missing? Why is it calculating all wrong? Oh, because it's 36, 46, 56. Oh, it's 58. Wow. Why did I say 38? Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's see this. 58 times 7 plus 29. 435. Okay. Now we got it. Okay. So that's where M fits into this thing, because in the numbers are offset, right? But we have to reshift our numbers if we want to fit them into 36. So we're going to have to take our alphabet and start it on 6A and make it over to 31Z, starting with 6 and ending with 4. Starting with 6, ending with 4. 64, the operator, 0. Zion, Israel, 56, 3, 50, 65, 7. And there's a whole other things. 3 is number 56. Just give me a second over here. I'm hearing my thing ding ding, and Okay, my camera turns on. My camera turns. Just give me a second. I gotta just walk for a minute. I won't be able to stay on too late tonight. My leg hurts. My leg hurts. Just wanted to take out. Just thinking about my leg. You know, I had one just like this. I have it somewhere. I'm not really sure. Here's my other rock. Okay, so where I was with this. So now when this adds up to 58, okay, on this side, 85 is matrix. 58 is for number, the word 2. Venus is in that. 58, the number will also mathematically create other numbers, obviously. So what's it going to create? 5 times 8 is 40. 5 plus 8 is 13, right? 1 plus 3 is 4. So we get 44. So now we're going to be dividing up the day and the night. We're going to get the game of hockey. So I want to take a look and see who came for a visit. Peace, Angel. Peace. Well, I can't hold up my fingers properly, so just going to take a look. Somebody mentioned me in a comment. Yeah, we're going to, oh, very nice. Do you want to just give a love chat out to somebody? Let me see. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't be interrupting my video like this. I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to come back. I got a lot of pain in my leg. Going on year number 2, but it's okay. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Another thing, I'm not sure if you can see it in the background. No, I don't know if you can see it in the background. Hold on a second. I'm going to hold up the camera for a second. You see that 2, right behind my hand? That's a swan. Okay, that's for Venus. 2, 4, 6, 8, the black numbers. Number 85. I'm just trying to remember which part of. Yes, 85 is also for silver. It's also for matrix. It also is going to divide up the night and the day. It'll also create within one word the cycle itself, 13. Also at 13, the 13th letter is M for 1000. If you need to create the M in smaller letters following the Roman numeral, not binary code, I can do it in binary code too. So we have to look at all the math in order to balance out our understanding. What is it saying here, the number? What is it saying here, the number? Do I need 10 cents and 3 pennies for 13? Do I have a quarter and somebody has to pay me and they give me a quarter and I give them back 12 cents to get 13? So I now gave the female of 12 to get the quarter and make my 13 cents. But I got it with a quarter. So I got earth onto earth. I got man onto earth. And where do I get these numbers? Well, man, right, is 13 in the Hebrew religion or whatever you want to call it. And woman is 12. So that's L and that's M. And L is 50. And M is 1000. So now we have 950 or 95. And that's talking about Pluto. 95 can also be related to 59. So there's a lot of pieces and parts that we have to categorize. 59 is also noted to be EIEIO. So it's every one of those and a penny for your thoughts to create that 60-second continuous rotation, because the actual hour it's 59 plus the 1. And every time you get the 1 onto that 59, you jump into the next hour. Almost like being on the football field if you want to look at it that way. You have 9 yards and you get that 1 yard, you got 10 yards, and you have the first down. It's a continuous first down. 9 yards and 1 yard and 9 yards and 1 yard. Imagine if you got a free 1 yard every time you got 9 yards. And they also use this terminology in another game, right? The game of mirrors, which is also called bowling, right? Where you get 2 throws, and if you on one throw, if you get it, you get what they call a strike. They fill in the whole box, the whole box. If it's a spare, they fill in a half a box. The X for the whole box, so they scratch it all in, but the spare is a full color or it's just one side. They just color in one side. By doing that, you're already saying that in this, with this strike, I get 2 more throws of a ball, and I can get up to 30 total for my XXX, or can be 333. It's the pig's creation. Where does this come from? X, the 24th letter. The reverse of X, 24th letter, is the 3rd letter. The 3rd letter in creation, if we flip the cube over, instead of running from this, and we come from the 6 days of life, 6 days of the one life. So we'll now go 6 times 3, and now your creation, instead of it being 3, it's now 18. The one spirit in the H, in the heavens of 1 are 18. The mirror house. 6 is a half-life. If you take a look on this dice, the 2 dots in the center, tell me it's a half. If I'm measuring this, I measure to the corners. I don't care how many dots you put in the center. I want to know about the 4 corners. Since this one is 6, I don't need to know it. I know it's a half-life. I also know that when the 6 is this way, it's telling me about H. When the 6 is this way, it's telling me about I. To know about I, or awake, I will see 2 or 5 to be awake. But in the heavens or asleep, okay, in the heavens or asleep, I'm going to see 3 or 4. DC, disconnect, direct current. Why? Because when you draw out the art, this one will look like the H, okay, and this one will look like the I. When I drill a hole from this end to this end, or if I drill all these holes to the other end, it's the only 7 on the cube on 2 sides. That's a total of 14. All the other ones are 5. So now if the 6 is up, I have 20 on the ring, or T time, right? And 6 and 1, 7 up and down. Otherwise, I got 5 up and down, and I've got 5 and 7. Sorry, whoop. I got 7. Remember, I'm drilling holes through this. So this is going to be 7, and this will be 7. So it'll be 14 and 10, 24 going this way, and 5 going that way. That's 5. Remember, 7 and 5. 7 and 5. 5G. 5G, 57 the moon. 57 Heinz. Male and female. 5 and 7, or 7 and 5. Electric company. Why? Well, in the game of life, how do we make number 5? 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2, 5. That creates a star. If I only do it by addition or anything else, what will be the artwork that I can find squiggling on my keyboard or somewhere that tells me another story? So 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals the 3 and 4, or DC or CD, and that'll be 3 and 4, 7, Earth and Mars. The spirit is 76. So when we do it that way, just give me a second, I'm thinking, the male and the female become 5G, becomes the king and the queen. Now, if you go to the king and the queen is the 12th card. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2, 5. And the king is the 13th card. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. Now, I just want to go back, but there is no Q in Roman numerals, and there is no K in Roman numerals. When you go in Roman numerals in French, you get D and R coming together, the 4th letter and the 18th letter. 4, 18, 1 and 8 is 9, 4 and 9. This finger, the birth on the pole of Mars. This is the pole, and you put the ring on it. So this pole is either going to get 5 or 7, and this ring is going to get 20 or 24. 2024, the year we're in. 2024, 5G TV, because that's what it says. from 2022 to 2024, the ending of this 3-year cycle that we're in. It's also the leap year. So is it ending in on the timeline for the leap year, or does it go on? If you go back to a video I did in 2014, it's talked about April 8th and the significance about April 8th, but I don't know if I want to go there. If you can keep up to me and tell me what I just missed, I just mentioned a lot of things just now. But I want to go back to some of these numbers. Again, GG 33, who's a supernumerologist in his realm of knowledge, because he's impeccable to most explanations, that I can understand how this person gets there. It's based on analysis and percentages of facts over a period of time. What is number 33? Who uses 33? And what happens at age of 33? Also, 33 is a rotation of numbers. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. To create these numbers, it creates a yin-yang. It's 1.5 times the 6 equals to the 9. And this is what creates the division between night and day. Is 4 by 4 equals to 16. 4 plus 4 equals to 8. I like to say 8 and 6 equals to 24. 2 times 4 equals to 8. 2 plus 4 equals to 6 equals to 14. See the way we got to reduce this mirror world? A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10. When you get A, B, C, it equals to 6. The difference is D4. Becomes the mirror. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. The 4 corners, 6 is less than 4, and 5 is less than 4. 4 is all, and this is less than. I like to look at it that way. Less than and equal to. This 1 is breaking everything down. If I look at these 4 dots, and you needed to give them a value, you can give them a value of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. Here you give it a value to 25. This would be your TY if you want to put it together. Your 5, 4 would be your TY. Okay, number 2, the value of this also would say, since everything gets to go into the center, this value picks up all these values, and this center spot will be the value of all these together. It'll be 20 plus 5 itself. So it ends up telling me ET because of this 20. This one over here tells me ET. 5, 10, 15, 20. This one tells me only 20, just tells me T. At the same time, you can look at it another way. The total on here, taken from the understanding of this, 3, 6, 9. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 21, 28, 36, 45. 45 divided by 9 equals 5. That's the answer, and that's where I get my numbers from. This one is 40 and 13 equals to 53, which equals to 15, and 8 equals to 23, equals to 6 and 5 equals to 11. 8 and 2, that's what our cycle runs out of, 28 days to the cycle. How did we get here? 5 by 8, 40, 5 plus 8, 13, 53, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then when you look inside of here, 1 and 5 is 6 and 8. Right away you can see the gate is coming divided over here. See this part over here? This is the division between 6 and 8. Here is 6. And if we want to know it's divided on the other side, we have to see what number? 5 and 3. 5 and 3 on the other side. If our creation, right, of 11 has to come from alpha, beta, 1 and 2, right, the Earth Mother, And the other side of this has to be 6 and 5 equals to 11. It comes out to be our creation when 6 times 5 equals to 30 equals to 41. And now we can see our creation was divided at the gate. Our creation of 11. 11, 11, 11, when you multiply it, equals to 1331. When you add it, it's 33. And that's your rotation of 6 and 9. Here's your 9. Here's your 6, and it shows you the percentage where the H8 comes into the picture. And automatically by drawing that, you can see there's a 7. You can see the R and R, 18 and 18 coming together. If you want to look at it that way, you can say it's pretty stretched out, but guess what? Everything overlaps and intertwines. And if we want to go look at the Bible and Torah and start picking things apart, you'll be able to do the same designs as I'm doing, because I guess the creation and the math work or the artwork that came in is impeccable. It can't be beat. It just does what it does. It tells the truth, the whole truth, and the artwork is its own truth. So now we get that. Now, is this a star, right? You see that sort of star inside there? And now we have this over here, and we can keep doing this, right? And now if you notice, we have 2 towers here, and we have the center tower over here. And then we have ground floor. So this is not by my doing, but this is just understanding what it is. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, equals to 9, equals to 6. But it all comes out from the basic creation of ABC. A plus B plus C, 6. B plus C plus D, 9. Our connection to that is BC, or number 23, to what is AD, before the Christ and after the death. And that 37, I think it's by 18, equals to 666. I think that's what it is. Let me see. 37 by 18 equals to 666, right? I think there was, can I add on plus 75 I have to add. I just want to see what that comes out to. 741. Because I want to add on the 37th and the 38th number. At 666, this would be 703, and then it would be 741. The creation of the 7th gate. Time angels. 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, 1 month of the 28 days, the 147 cycle. 2 ones, 3 ones, 5 ones, 6 ones, 8 ones, 9 ones. Well, let's try number 2. 2 fours, 8. 3 fours, 2 fours, 8. 3 fours, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 4 fours, 16. 1 and 6, 7. 5 fours over here. 6 fours, 2 and 4. 2 and 4 is 6. 7 fours, 28. 2 and 8 is 10, is 1. 8 fours is 32. 3 and 2 is 5. 9 fours is 36. Then it goes over here. 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 3 times 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 4 by 7 is 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 5 by 7 is 35. 3 and 5 is 8. 5 times 7, 2 times 7. Do I get that right? 5 times 7, 2 times 7, and 8 times 7 equals 35, equals 8, equals 14, equals 5, equals 56. 5 and 6, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 2, 5, and 8 for 2, 5, and 8. They invert to themselves with number 7, and they always remain on the cross. The total in here is 91 is 105, also to note it as the hand of God, or what is in between, what is 105? It's 9, 8, 7, and 6. And if you want to take away the 0 and put 1 and 5 in between, it's also 2, 3, and 4. They both have the same effect. Over here, I put the number 5, and over here, I put 0, 1. 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 to 6, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mars is number 51. I have to stand up for a minute. Just give me a minute. Oh my God. I don't know how much longer I can be here. Just give me a minute. I'm going for a little bit of water. Oh God. Just give me a minute. Okay. So there's a lot of pieces and parts. I spoke at the beginning of this video that I'm going to tell you my recipe for God, the Creator. And it doesn't matter if you follow a religion, if you're an atheist, it really doesn't matter. The basic thing is to know that I think we all want the best for our families. We all want to protect our families. We all want to protect our friends, those who are around us. I think we have to find a general level where we all agree before we break off and begin to disagree on what you choose for my life. So if I'd say that I'm a car and you're a car, and we're driving down the road, and you're going this way and I'm going this way. Imagine if the two cars were the same cars and they had computers on board and they talked to each other. And their main goal was to get to their destination in one piece. They would talk to each other and say, well, we're going to come to the light. We'll both stop. The first one that gets there, whether it's 1 second or 2, the other one will go. It's the same thing with our lives. If my life's not disturbing you or anybody else on this planet other than how you think of what I do, that's not my problem. And what you do is not my problem, and I'm not your problem. But because we're all human beings, we have to just start off on the base at this. Whether I like red or I like blue or however I dress, that's for my own dignity, right? But when you drive that car on the street, you must protect all the other cars. Rules and regulations are to be understood. Why do we have a red light? Why should we stop? All of a sudden that they put free right on the red, you can turn. Now all of a sudden, for no reason at all, I see a bunch of places where I'm living where stop signs are in the wrong place. Who am I to judge? I can sit there and explain to you what it is and why it's like that. But I already know why it's like it now, but it shouldn't be the way it is. Based on the way I think, more or less, I've spoken to other people, but that's really teeny and small, but it's not, because everything has to make more or less sense. Everything has to make more or less sense. You cannot judge what you don't know. You don't know what is tomorrow, and you don't know what it is after life. But here's the way it is. If I was creating this world and I needed to chop down trees, well, who's going to tell me I shouldn't chop down the tree? Who knows the rules and the regulations? When should we stop chopping down the trees? How can you calculate the temperature in the last 10,000 years, 20,000 years, 30,000 years? In the last 2 days, the temperature went up 3 degrees. In the last week, the average temperature went up 6 degrees. In the last 3 months, the temperature went up 14 Celsius. Yes, in the last 6 months, in the last 5 months, the temperature rose 14 Celsius. Oh my God. But in the last year, the temperature average went up 1 degree. In the last 1,000 years, the temperature average went up 2 degrees. In the last 20,000 years, the temperature went down 1 degree. In the last 30,000 years, it went up 1 degree. In the last 50,000 years, it went down 2 degrees. In the last 100,000 years, it went up 1 degree. Whoop, global warming. So it depends. You measure my heart's fine. If you measure my heartbeat over the last month, the last 6 months, but when I was a child, imagine if you compare my heart now to when I was a child. So if I was creating this planet, I need more hands. I'm going to make more of me. And in me, I'm going to have a board, and I'm going to have a circle, and I'm going to say, all of yous, when one of me is doing this, somebody else has to be doing something else. And we can't get in anybody else's way, and we have to protect each other's back. So we're going to work in groups of 3s with 1 inspector for every 3 groups. Groups of 3s and 1 inspector for over every 3 groups. Where is the 1? Is it at the bottom of the group, looking up, just like a triangle? And that would make the 4th one, or the base for the 3. And let's call that one the communication between the 3. One that exists is only the communication amongst the 3. A central area to go back, a base to discuss and tell everybody else what's going on in each department. So now all of a sudden there used to be 1 of me, and now there's 3 of me. And now there's 100 of me. And everybody is me. It's the same thing for our Lord, I believe, the Creator, that everybody is the Creator. And everything bestowed upon us within our souls comes from the main source. If they would take away that main source, we would all go, You wouldn't think about tomorrow. You wouldn't have the conscience to think about tomorrow. How is your body made? What is this system we live, the fleshy robotic that we live inside? You only know what you know, and the reason you know it is you know that reason. But at what point do you believe the truth of your reality? Or can you disbelieve that you do not know the actual truth? So now we get on to, well, let's get into games. Hockey, baseball, football, soccer, basketball, the alphabet, dots and dashes, periods and lines. Is there a lie in anything that I have said? If we're working on the truth, then this is what you see as the truth. And how I balance and measure everything in here is this is yellow and we can agree, and this is green and we can agree, and this is orange or burnt orange, we can agree, and this is white and this is blue. This is top left, this is top right, this one's in the center. You can see there's 3 colors on here. So every single word I speak has letters, and every single letter is a dot and a dash and a design, and every single letter connected to the color that it is for the word that it is becomes a number. And to understand that number and to understand that color in all dimensions is the truth, is where we're going to create the base story. If we want to go to weights and measures, well, wait a second. Human, the light of creation, created this. Well, we were created by the light. So what we create from it and all agree to is because the light works that way. It makes sense. It's fair. Now, is it fair, F-A-R-E, or is it fair, F-A-I-R? Why are the 2 words the same? Is it for the vibration of the word, now taking us into a new dimension of understanding word for word, in other words? So this is how I see it. The Creator, that is who we are, but it's not us, because we are only talking from the base words of creation that were bestowed upon us. This life possibly has already been created before this ever began, over and simulated, and some of the words changed for better communication. So if the word changed, the number changes. So where are we going to get back to next with this little piece that I was working on? Another thing I was speaking about is that 1 and 8 we were speaking about, Reish, 180 degrees has to be with the angel. Well, guess what? 1 is number 7. ONE equals to 34. Starts with an O, which is the 15th letter, bringing in the vibration of our birth inside the E world of the sun. 34 is the numeric value. 3 and 4 is 7. 8 is 49. 4 and 9 is 13, bringing in man from the heavens. 1 and 3 equals to 4. 7 and 47 equals to time. 74 equals to energy. 74 equals to cross. 74 equals to Jesus. 4 times 7 is 28. The cycle of man. 4 plus 8, 11. Creation of 3. 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. And if you take a look at here, 2 and 9 is 11. 3 and 8 is 11. 29 is the IT system birth. 3 and 8 is the monkey, is the club, is the gold. This creates 4 and 7. The 1 is inside 4 and 7, created to the X. The X comes in here, and the 4 and 7 equaling to 11 over here has a 1 marking on it because it's connected together. We can do other things with this. I can drop 3, 6 over here and down, but it connects 2 and 9. So this 2 and 9, this 3 and 8, this 5 and 6 is my 33. And then the 11 over here is 44. Coming into the divided area space. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, to what is 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. 15 on one side. And what did I get for this number over here? Just hold on a second. 60, right, and 24 for the other side. That'll divide the gate. So when you add this and multiply it, it equals to 39. Angel is 39. 93 is Saturn. 3 by 31 or 13 by 3, 39, 13. Now we have to do other things with this. We have rules and guidelines. We have the touchdown, which was the 6 points the day of creation with the extra point. We had the field goal to play with. Now they brought in the 2-point play. If it was hockey, it would be 1 point for a goal scored against one team and a possibility of 2 assists, although there's 6 men on the team. If it was baseball, we can count it as a grand slam, or we can count where the 33 and the 44 come in baseball. Where the 33 comes in baseball is when you throw the pitch and it's a strike 3 times, the batter is out. But when you do that 3 times, the batter is out, and then 3 times the batter is out, and then 3 times the batter is out, and the inning is over. But now for counting on our fingers, I have to take away 3. Sorry, I'm going to take away 3. And on the 3rd out, when the inning is over, I've went into the second hand, counting my 3. Everything counts. So now we have 9 pitches, innings over. But if we have 16 pitches, then the first 4 pitches, we have a player that goes to first base. And the next 4 pitches that are balls, the player goes to the next base. And the next 4 pitches are balls. We now have bases loaded. Now the next 4 pitches come. It's 16 pitches. It's the half-life. Our run scores. We have 16 pitches or 9 for the out. We have pi. Because the game is going on, and as you get on base, somebody is out of the dugout. Or out at the plate and back into the dugout. Now you're on first base, second base, third base. Gold, silver, and bronze. Bronze comes in first and becomes runner-up. How do you work that way? First, second, third, runner-up. So we also have to integrate this into our game of understanding and breaking down creation. Along, like I spoke with along with what I spoke as in Celsius and Fahrenheit. What I like is I like this number here. 30, did I get that right? Is this right? Just 1 second. 35 Celsius is 96.8. 35, right? But 32 Celsius is 89.6. It's the same numbers. There's a difference of 3, right? So that means the difference here has to be 7.2. That's born into the house of bait under creation. So what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to put 7.2. I think, hold on a second. Let me just see if I got this number right. The difference is 7.2, 7.2. Is that what I said? 7.2. 7.2. Just give me 1 second. 7.2 is the difference. Just want to see something. Okay, 7.2 comes out at 13.8 Celsius to remove 7.2. I'm just trying to see how we can equate this. Anyways, it's what am I talking about? Hold on a second. I have to just let me see this. 35. No, it's not 35. 36. Okay, it's 36. Just let me see this. 36 Celsius. 36 Celsius. Just 1 second, I got it wrong. 36 Celsius is 96.8. And just 1 second. 36 Celsius. Okay, 36 Celsius. 36 is 2.222. Okay, so it's between 32 and 36. Hold on a second. 32 Celsius, 36. That's 4 degrees. Let me see. 1 second. Just trying to. Okay, it's 4 degrees. Okay, it's very, very funny. It's hard to explain this. Okay, let me try and explain this. Although the difference is between 32 and 36, right, which is 4 degrees Celsius, it doesn't calculate that way. Because when you use a Celsius number separately, there's a whole intricate game going on here to calculate. I'm not sure if I get this. Let me see if I get this right. I'm just going to calculate. I think to calculate Celsius and Fahrenheit is it's double the Celsius, add 32, and then minus 10%. So let me see if I get this right. Let's say we work with 20. So double the 20 would make 40. Add 32 is 72, and then take away 10% of the 20. So let me see if that works out. 20 Celsius. 20 Celsius is 68. So you're taking away 20%, 10%, 20% is 6.4. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It also can be double it, and then add 1.8 per Celsius. So you double it, 20 is 40, and then multiply it by 1.8, which gives you 20 and 20 is 40. Multiply it by 1.8 equals to 36. No, there's something wrong. I'm trying to figure out where that number is. Hold on a second. I know 1.8 is part of the number. 20 and 20 is 40. And then take away 3.6. Is that what it is? Hold on a second. 20 Celsius is 6.8, is 68. 20 Celsius is 68. So you're getting 48. I'm just trying to think. 20, okay, 32 Okay, 20 is 3.6 is 28.4. 28.4 and 40, 68.4. Okay, there's something a little off here. I don't remember exactly how it works, but I know it's in that realm, and I don't want to use up too much time doing this. Okay, just to note, like the freezing temperature is 32 Fahrenheit. You get 0 Celsius, and yet with, I do want to do this little piece here. I think it's with minus 18 Celsius, minus 18.1. Hold on. Or let me see, 17.9, 8, 7, 6. No, 18, I think, is the closest you can go. Minus 18.1. Minus 17.1. It's okay. Let me. Yeah, it's like minus 779. 17.779 about. Well, they call it 18 Celsius to get 0 Fahrenheit to get the freezing temperature. So you can see how what the number 18 does, right? And I'm a little bit tired, so I'm a little bit flaky with a few things. So I'm just going to go over just a few actualities. So let me see something. 25, 18, 19, 24, 34, 49. New Year. 23 and 5 is 28 and 14 is 42. This is a gateway between 6 and 8, the heavens and the birth. 25 and 5 is 30 and 19 is 49. This represents 8. This represents the ring, the pole, the birth, and Mars. The total is 91, which is going to represent spirit. And the total is also 82, which is going to represent the inverted cycle of creation, bringing together the 4 houses. Because in French, it's mentioned that 4 times 20, not unlike 28. When you come into, how did I get this? 4 and 4 is 8, 9 and 2 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. The IT system is 29. Dividing the day and the night, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. 1/3 and 2/3. This is going to go to 3 periods of 20 minutes in hockey. This equals to that 24 hours a day dividing the gate. It's dividing the gate between 5 and 9 in the clock, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, which should be running that clock. See the ABC 6? Well, why don't we do ABC 60? And why don't we do BCD, our birth, 90? 4 times 15 or 6 times 15. Remember, divided by M, 4, 5, and 6. Also noted to be deaf, or how about the Fed or the Federation? Don't forget words. This is a full word. We can also say federal. We can say feeder. We can say red F. This is 11. This sticks around with Mars. This is coming in the Mars Federation, 4th planet. The other part that goes along with this is your 60 and 90. The payout in blackjack is 1.5 or 3 to 2, which is the same thing, right, 3 to 2. This is your 2/3 and 3 parts. What is the total running? Is it running at a 120? I'm just trying to see it in angles. I'm just trying to see if I'm explaining that part right. We run 8 hours 3 times a day. or we have 6 times 4 hours broken up this way, or we're splitting the day between, like I said, 16 and 8 hours. These two sides are the 16. This side here can be the 8, and these are the 16. Or we have this. I don't know if I did this right. That comes over here, and we get 3 parts of our day, and then the 1 part of the night we sleep. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. I'm not sure if I showed this before, but when you take, see the way it looks like a bolt, right? When you do this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 8 sides. I have 2 of them. I should have 16 sides. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7 sides. And the bottom one, I have another 7 sides. My dividing doorway over here in between, it gives me 7, 1, and 7 between the two, equaling a total of 15. So if you want, maybe we can look at the game of pool for the 15 balls, and understanding the doorway is through the black 8. And that's why we play the low ball and the high ball for the 9 and the 1 yellow. And the 9 and the 1 yellow also come in and might do a little bit of talking. Just want to see if I already have it designed somewhere. Very special number. So I don't have it here, so I'm just gonna go back to the last book. That when we do 9, 11, 1 and 8, and 2 and 7, you see 1 and 8 and 2 and 7. When you go 13 by 144,000, you end up with 1872. The angels in the house of bait. Creation, angels in the house of bait. This is your 9. Monkey is in this one. This is your base creation in the house of bait. You're 136 here, and you're 47 over there. They're like, I don't know how to explain that element right now, but in this design, connecting 11, it shows 1, it shows this, 9. In this connecting 9, it shows 11. They intercept on 2, 5, and 8. That's where their interception is, between the two worlds. Now, can I actually do this? Should I be doing this? And use LX for this? Should I be doing, should I be able to run this to here? Am I allowed? Is this allowed to do this, right? Am I allowed to run this one over here? If I do any of these, right, you can say, well, why don't you do it? And one of the reasons I don't do it, or I'm not doing it right now, is because 3 and 6 is 9, 4 and 5 is 9, 1 and 8 is 9, 2 and 7 is 9. If I connect this over here, I'll be connecting 5. If I connect this, I connect 8, I connect this 11, I connect this, I connect another 5. So am I allowed to connect this as another 5, right? If I connect this as a 5, I would have to do this and then run a line over here, because this 5 and 4 would be 9. 8 and 6 is 14. Did I get that right? 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. And 4 is 9. And then 3 and 2 is 5. And 4 is 9. So can I do this? Right? And then have this one over here. So 8 and 4 is 12 and 7 is 19. No, I can't. So if I did that, if you take a look, I actually have one half, either a U showing up, or half of a part of the one-sided hexagon. Let me see here. Jesus Christ 74, 77 equals 151. 74 over 77 equals 1411. The K and the N come together. Dividing gate between 5 and 9, but between 6 and 8. This will create 101 or 92, birth in the IT system, the divided sun. That's what the math does. So I was doing a thing on perfect numbers. I'm going to skip over that. Then there was a thing on time, 1234, 2134. I reverse this. Because we have all the 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, and all of these will equal to 10. But different ways of writing relevant time is going to give us a different story over here. This one runs in Pluto. This one runs in a gateway. This one is running in the house, direct current. So I have to try and understand what each one of these are. When we have the 21st hour, it's actually 720 plus 540. So I know I'm running into the sun. 54 is the IT system in the sun. Direct current. And the same thing happens over here. And I know 4334 is hot and cold. I know 24 divides the gateway between the house and the light. I know 23 is also dividing the gateway between, I'm just going to try and explain this if I could, but obviously I can't. I got 5 here and 5 here. Okay, 55. So it's giving the liberty of a freedom. Number 5 is in the center. So maybe it's what goes all the way around and everything goes around number 55, as this would be the 5 position and everything goes around it. Or maybe everything goes through in and out of 55. So we saw what happened over here, right? And we're going to leave that at that. And there's probably a whole lot of other things. I forget what I was doing. I was trying to understand going around the dot. But then when you go around the dot, these half circles, maybe they should be complete circles. And if I have them above, I should have them below. I'm just going over. And I still haven't got into the Christmas, right? 7733, if you want to go that way. But we're going to end the video now. I know 2 people just showed up. No one said anything. I can't stick around. I got a really sore butt. I'm happy that whoever showed up did. The best thing I'd love people to do is share the video, share the information, repost it in my art, Mr. Tacpan's page on Facebook. Check me out on Odyssey. On Rumble, I do not go with the same name on Rumble. There's a chance you might find me there. If you want to see what name I use on Rumble, I use, whoop. Let me see. Yeah, I think I use this name on Rumble. This is the beginning of the Fibonacci code, ABCE. Yes, there was one other thing I wanted to mention, which I already did this yesterday, but in a shorter video. 2 pieces. One is, if you ever take a look at the deck of cards and you have the king and the jack, the king, the jack, and the queen. Well, the queen's hat is on an angle. This is, do we go by this angle here, or do we go on these angles here? See the way this is square? This one's not going to be square. Which one's going to be square? Which one's not going to be square? You see, this is on an angle. It should show up as a diamond. But there is no diamonds here other than what? Where's the diamond? There's no diamond. So what I'm going to do is, if I took a diamond, right, and really and truthfully, I only can do that with this, right? Or I can do this. I have to keep it in between this line. Here's 2 lines. Here's 1 line. Here's 2 lines. Here's 3 lines. So is this starting to look like that? Should I have put this box inside of this over here, what would happen if I just put a single box over here? Would I be able to do this? What is my true angle with the queen, because her hat's on an angle? Which one is with the jack and the king? Because the cap of the jack and the king look like this, right? But is it looking like this, or can I make it look like that and put it on that angle and now put my jack this way? See, it would be straight if my paper was on an angle. Then which one would now go with the queen's hat? Because the queen compared to the king and the jack are not the same. So this is just one little piece. Just to note, if you're playing Monopoly, these are the numbers for the train tracks. It shows me 86 and 96. It shows me there's a passage at 66. It shows me Earth and Mars coming together at 76. So we have 1, 2, 3. The first train ends. The next train begins. This one and this one go together. And then 56 and 16 go together. Did I get that right? 15 and 6, this is number 2. And then 66 and 26 go together. So these two go together. Those two, these two go together. And then 76 goes with 36. Did I get that right? No, something's a little off. Anyways, whichever one it is, I'm trying to figure out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. This would be the 6. This one and this one are together, and then this one is where the orange New York is, the train track near New York, and I think St. Charles, right? Another thing I spoke about is go to jail, right? Is the 31st area. The 11th area is jail. First we go to 31, and then we have to go from 31 all the way to 11. If we go backwards, the shortest route, okay, that would be 20. So 20 and 31 equals 51 is Mars. If I would continue this way, it's still 20. 20 and 31 equals 51 Mars. No matter which way you go, you end up in go to jail. You're going 51. When you go to jail, you're hitting Mars. The 31st is also noted to be the cube, and to create it, you need 37 or 73. 21 and 10. 7 by 3, 21. 7 plus 3, 10. If you want to look at that, there's 21 dots on the cube, and all angles that crisscross on the cube are valued at 10. And I think I lost my calculator. No, here it is. All crossings, 7 and 3, 10, 9 and 1, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 8 and 2, 10s. So we want to just go over the cube real quick, right? I have a 10 here. I have a 10 here and a 10 here. So 6 equals 30. Now, 5. I have a 10 here. I'm only using the outside, and I have a 10 here. 5 equals 20. 4. I have a 10 here, equals 20. That's all I can do. 3 equals 10. So I have a total of 80. After that, 2. Oh, I can get 2. Sorry, I didn't see that. I forgot all about that. 2 equals to 10, and I have a total of 90. Now, if I was counting them all, right, each one of these dots is valued at 5. There are 21 dots. 105, or JG. You can say it as I am. The AM radio station, or 91. When you add A through M, it equals to 91. I'm not going to use game. I'm not going to use May, or our game. May sun, or backwards is our game of spirit, 91. And 91, to go back and show you, 91 is when we're creating, they're connecting 3 and 8, 11, 2 and 9, 11, 6 and 5, 11, 4 and 7, 11. I'm leaving out number 1. When I connect 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 4 and 5, 9, 3 and 6, 9, right? I'm leaving out number 9, so I'm leaving out 1 and 9, 91. I'm leaving out the birth and the spirit. In this last piece over here, what I did is 24 hours, 12 hours, 13, 15, 16, 19, 20, 16, 17, 18, 24 hours. So when I go to Fibonacci, 1 and 1 is 2, and 1 is 3, and 5 is 8, and 8 and 5 is 13, and 8 and 13 is 21, 21 and 13 is 34. 3 and 7 come together right over here. They come together where 8 and 9 come out, the reflection of each other. 55 is my liberty. High, Hiab. They go to 1010, or number 11, your base creation is right here. Then you go to 55 and 34 is 89. 89 and 55 is 144. But when you do it this way, 8 and 5 is 13, 9 and 5 is 14. The division of the alphabet is right over here. 13.5 divides the alphabet, the 13th and the 14th number. This will say ace, it'll say sun, it'll be matter and energy. Also, we're going to go yellow, orange, red. Maybe we can call it Roy if you want, or gold. The reason for that is the 13th ball in pool is orange. It takes yellow and red to create that orange. It's the 13 and the 5 ball. It creates the letters M and E, matter and energy, Mars and Earth, Mercury. It's also for the single valuation of S1, U3, N5, or A1, C3, and E5. It'll create the mathematics of 15 and 8 equals to 23 plus the 1. That 1 gate to separate. Where do I get this? When I use 1, I don't use 1 when I multiply because I can't multiply it, right? 1, it becomes the same. Then when I add it separately to show the difference. And so I'm 23. Now 23 and 24 is also a separation gateway. The reverse alphabet of 23 and 24 is 4 and 3. There's a separation, mirror separation between 3 and 4, and that's ABC, or 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6. When you add 4 and 6 equals to 10, okay, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. We started back over to the single digit at A again. So I went from this side to this side. Now, if I want to back myself up, go to the roulette table and look at these numbers. 1 plus 0, 1. 2 and 8 is 10. 1 plus 1 and nothing is 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. This one is a black number. This one, right, is a black number. We're just going to leave 10 as 10, right? Just going to leave it like this for now. Both black, both red. Every second one changes from red to black and black to red. The thing about the 19 is very special. The same with 28, but there is no 28 in the alphabet. I can do an alphabet shift. If I do an alphabet shift, right, this will become the W in an alphabet shift. If this became an alphabet shift, this one will be the N. The N letter is the 19th letter instead of the S. This reduces twice. This will move all the way to number 1. This is the first letter that reduces all the way to number 1. There is no other one in the alphabet that reduces to 1. 9 plus 1 is 10, so there's a double reduction of 9 and 9. 9 and 9 is 18, plus the 1 is the 19. Starts right over here. It happens again to double reduction, but it becomes number 2. So what happens next in Fibonacci is I go from here. I'm not happy that the camera's not. I go from here. How do I go here? How do I do that? Just let me see where I am. I hope I didn't make a mistake somewhere because I see a mistake. Okay, right. So here's what we do. We have 8 and 9 and 4 and 5, right? And I put 4 here and 5 here. 8 and 4 is 12. 9 and 5 is 14. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 4 is 5. And that's how we do that. And we end up with 35. I don't want to pass 100. And the next number, okay, in Fibonacci becomes 35 and this. So that becomes, why do I have 71? Oh, right. Okay. I kept adding it to a single digit. I could have left it at the high digit. 3 and 4 is 7. 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. But I could have kept it at 80. I'm going to redo this one. Here is 80, right? And then once you have 71 and 35, 7 and 3 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 and 5 is 6. And then 6 and 1 is 7. And then 1 and 7 is 8. And then 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 and 8 is 9. Then 4 and 7 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 9 and 8 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. So that's how we end up. And I end up inside the sun. This becomes your division of day and night. This is ape or monkey. And this becomes inside the sun. This is your gateway. This is your divided house. When you get to the 19th hour or 7 o'clock, remember, it's going to tell you many stories, your clock. 7 times 6 is 42. So when you get to the 7th gate of 60 minutes, okay, it becomes 420 minutes, 420. That shows me 4 separate areas. 80 is counted differently. 90 is counted differently. 70, 80, and 90 are all counted differently. And 80 is 4 by 20, and 90 is 4 plus 20 plus 10, which equals to what is the year? 2030. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. If you want to see a different way to add numbers, this over here, what is it? 7, 1, 4, 7. So 1 over to 6 is 7, 3 over to 4 is 7, 2 over to 5 is 7, 7, 7. It shows this. This one over here is 1, 4, 7, 1. This is 4. This is 9. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. This is 6. This is 7. 6 and 7 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. This is 5. This is 8. 5 and 8 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 13, 13, 13, 39. We got the angels. 4, 4, 4. 4 by 4 is 16 by 4 is 64. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I hope you were able to pick up a little bit on this tonight. Much appreciated. Much appreciated that you're here. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, do not hesitate. It'd be just fantastic if I can get some to help out the channels. I can use more books and pens and the survival cache if that's possible. These are the books I use. Very important. I don't like it to have more than 80 pages in them, right? And I keep changing between pens. Right now I'm using these. Usually I like to use, but I don't understand, I like to use the velocities, the 1.4 if it's possible. And that. Anyways, have a great night. The rabbit is number 52. It is a cube gateway. The white rabbit is 65. 65, the horse is always included. It might be because of the 9 months of pregnancy. The pig's included because of the 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days of pregnancy. The chicken is included in the cube because the chicken lays an egg, or the chicken egg hatches on the 21st day. And the chicken lays an egg only 6 days a week and has to rest, and the chicken doesn't fly. The chicken it could be other birds also that do it, but it lays 6 days a week. It doesn't lay on the 7th day. That means in 21 days, it doesn't lay for 3 days. And that would be take away 3, from that. So I would put the 3 down like this, and it would give me 18, and it has to do with the angels. When you take this dice and keep it up this way, we have 14 around and 6. Did I get that right? 14 around, and yes, that's the 20. Sorry. We have 14 around and 4 is 18. Not this way. If I did it this way, it'd be 14 around and 17. Now we're at the gateway. This way, with the 4 on top or the 3 on top. Earth and Mars. The spirit is 76. Where we live. Thank you very much. You cannot hide the truth when the truth is the truth in every household, and everybody seems to be agreeing for the last hundreds of years on these things. Thank you for watching this video.